Dogwa Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I am from Kano State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to come under Order 8, Rule 5 of our House rules, which is specifically on matters of urgent public importance. Mr. Speaker, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, members of the House, the matter being for the need to protect strategic private investments from avoidable labor union actions, which I believe is going to help and stabilize our economic investments, especially as it regards to domestic investors, indigenous investors. Mr. Speaker, it's on this note that I want to move that the House, by your leave, allow me to take this matter as an important one, and on the other hand, pray for the House indulgence to suspend our relevant rules, to take it immediately. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much. Any seconder to the first leg of the motion? Wow, a lot of people are interested in this. Let's go with you. Yeah.
That the word former is very devastating.
Yeah, I know.
So demoralizing. I want you to, when you want to address me, say
once a leader, always a leader. Go ahead.
Past leader of the House.
The
ninth House of Representatives.
Your time is ticking.
Because if you say former, it reminds me of the very good allowances
we have had. Leader, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. Honorable members, once again, Ado Dogwa is my name. Mr. Speaker, representing the good people of Tudunwada Dogwa Federal Constituency from Kano State. Mr. Speaker, as earlier mentioned, I rise relying on Order 8, Rule 5 of our respected rules book to come up with this matter for the need to protect strategic private investments from avoidable and sometimes understandable union or labor actions. Mr. Speaker, I want to also put on record that this motion is being jointly sponsored by my humble self and my brother, the PDP member from Sokoto State, Abdul Samadu Desuki.
So it's a bipartisan motion.
It's a bipartisan motion.
Bipartisan motion.
But PDP doesn't have much to do with it, my I hope members will...
Order, please. Pastor.
You know this House is predominantly ruling party. So I want to beg of them that the PDP does not have much to do with this motion. My respected colleague, no sir, I beg of you. I apologize and withdraw that statement. I want you to support it, sir.
Leader, your time is counting now.
Mr. Speaker, I'm sorry. My respected colleagues, the motion reads as follows. The House notes the recent face-off between the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, Pengasan, and the Dangote refinery located within the live free trade zone, which culminated...
Order, please.
Which culminated in a strike that disrupted operations at the over $20 billion refinery, the largest single train refinery in the world. The House also notes that the industrial action led to a disruption in Nigeria's crude oil production, with a reported daily loss of approximately 200,000 barrels over a period of 3 days. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the House further notes that the disruption worsened the fuel supply situation across the country and resulting in scarcity and long queues at filling stations in several states, thereby causing several hardships for ordinary Nigerians. The House, therefore, aware that the Dangote refinery is a strategic private investment of immense national importance, with the potential to guarantee energy security, reduce import dependency, generate employment, and conserve foreign exchange reserve. Further aware that the Dangote refinery operates within a free trade zone and therefore falls under the regulatory framework of the Nigeria Export Processing Zones Authority, NEPZA, particularly Section 5 of the Nigeria Export Processing Zone Act, which clearly states, and I quote, "Employment in the free zone shall be governed by rules and regulations made by the authority and not subject to the provisions of enactment relating to employment matters. Concerned that actions by labor unions that disregard the legal protections conferred on free zones under NIBSA Act not only constitute a breach of law, but also create a hostile investment environment that may deter future local and foreign investors. Worried that if private investment of strategic national importance are continually subjected to unlawful disruptions by adversarial unionism, Nigeria risks not only the failure of key economic assets, but also the erosion of investor confidence necessary for national growth and economic development." Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the motion therefore resolves, the House therefore resolves to urge the Federal Ministries of Labor and Employment, Industrial, Trade and Investment, and the Ministry of Justice to jointly develop and implement a national framework or set of policies to safeguard private investments of strategic national importance from adversarial and unlawful union actions. 2. The House directs the Federal Ministry of Justice and NIBSA to ensure full enforcement and compliance with the provision of Section 18, Sub 5 of the Nigeria Export Processing Zones Act in all relevant free zone operations. Mr. Speaker, honorable House, honorable members, the House mandates the Committee on Labor, Industry and Justice to engage with relevant stakeholders, including labor unions and the private sectors, to develop a balanced regulatory framework that protects workers' rights while also preserving sanctity of strategic economic investments for Nigeria's economic development. Mandate the Committee on Labor, Industry and Legislative Compliance to ensure implementation of this resolution and report back to the House within 4 weeks for further legislative actions. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I respectfully move and seek for your support to carry the motion. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Protect our private sector and local manufacturing. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, as you all know, since Nigeria found crude, we are yet to find private sector to have refineries in Nigeria. They take advantage of our crude, refine it and bring it back. For the first time in the history of Nigeria, we have found a Nigerian who has been able not to only put a refinery, but one of the biggest in the world. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, this refinery we know is the largest single investment in Africa. Not only that, I don't think there's any company or any private sector that is creating employment and adding value to Nigeria. Mr. Speaker, based on that, they had a refinery which is on a free trade zone, which, Mr. Speaker,
we are discussing
by the Parliament.
Order, please. We are discussing our refinery.
So,
and I think we should pay attention. It's an important bipartisan motion.
Okay.
Please, let's pay attention. Thank you. Go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, together with Honorable Alassane, we would like to highlight this very important aspect of the NEPZA Act. Please permit me to just highlight that particular act, which is Section 18, subsection 5 of the NEPZA Act, which says, "There shall be no strikes, lockouts for a period of 10 years following the commencement of operations within a zone, and any trade dispute arising within the zone shall be resolved only by the authority." Mr. Speaker, this is an act of the Parliament which says any investment within the free trade zone shouldn't have any strike within 10 years of any investment. And like we all know, this refinery came on board just about 2.5 years ago. And here we are getting unions to lock down this refinery. And unfortunately, the government took a decision to implement what the union wanted, which we believe is not helping the private sector. Nigeria is always, or Nigerians are looking for private investment. Any private investor that is coming to Nigeria, he's going to look at our laws. Are we implementing our laws first? So we have to be seen to be implementing our own laws. So that's why we are calling on honorable colleagues that an act of parliament was breached in taking a resolution by the government. So I think the parliament should interfere or should intervene, which I believe the relevant committees will be able to do that. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, honorable colleagues.
Whilst I stand to support the motion as taken this morning, but I have an addition, which perhaps will be an amendment to the prayers. I believe that as a parliament, we might not be too hasty in running conclusions. We should uphold the principles of fair hearing. If the labor union took a decision that we think and feel is contrary to laws of the land, and again, the executive arm of government perhaps also flouted the statutes as expounded by our colleague here who took the motion, I will pray and urge this House that yes, we make haste slowly. We tread with a little bit of caution. Let the relevant committees of the House call all the parties and sit over this, look at it, and come back with recommendations to us to confirm and affirm that all aspects of that law has been breached and suggest solutions to this problem so that we don't arrive at a resolution by way of motion only to find out that perhaps there are areas where these other persons are hinging their actions on. So whilst I support the motion that there is need for us to look into this fracas between Labour and Dangote refinery and indeed the decision of the federal government, but I pray that we do it with serious caution. That's my contribution, sir.
Thank you. Did you see prayer 3? Before we vote on it. Yes.
The immediate past leader of the House and my honorable colleagues agree with the minority leader that we need to investigate the issue. You see, I'm opportune to be part of the. I had Honorable Asuki was quoting Section 18 of the Dangote issue. There is very important this thing that we must do investigation. Let us also that of the Section 80 of NEXA. Mr. Speaker, the movers of the motion, I expect them to do a thorough investigation and check all the sections of the PIA that related to those areas that they didn't collide and mixed up themselves. Otherwise, we'll keep on repeating issues upon issues. So I really agree and concur with the amendment moved by my minority leader that the matter must be investigated before even certain Minister of Labour and other relevant stakeholders to take effect into it. I so contribute, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you.
Or any contribution to the motion that I have moved, sir. But I will want to say, for avoidance of doubt, that working thoroughly on the matter, Mr. Speaker, I think we have done that. And by the intent of the motion, making a direct reference to an act of this House with a clearly spelled out section and subsection suffices to actually confirm that we have a thorough motion to present to the House. While I do not have much a problem to do with the additional prayer he gave that let us investigate it, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I think prayer 1 and 2 are also very critical and have no adverse effect whatsoever to the additional prayer he has added. So I will plead with honorable members, my colleagues, to allow prayer 1 and 2 to subsist and simply add that the House may also investigate the matter and report back. Mr. Speaker, I insist we need to do that because this House, as a House of Nigerian people, owes our people a duty to provide this kind of institutional voice in protecting domestic investments, I mean internal investments by Nigerians, and especially investments that are running into huge millions of dollars and naira, Mr. Speaker. This will also encourage other foreign investors to come and invest in our safe economic land. Mr. Speaker, that is where I'm coming from, and I want to plead with honorable members to please allow these prayers go and perhaps accept the additional prayer that the leader also suggested. Mr. Speaker, thank you, and I thank honorable members as they understand. Thank you.
I think one as outlined by 88 and 89, granted that it is alleged that there is a breach of the fundamental provisions of the Act of Parliament with regards to this, but not conceding that such breach has been investigated. To take a position without investigation might be an exercise not on the side of partem. I think it's a Latin word. It's let both parties be heard. So I think that is the argument. Not that they are against the motion, but they are saying the process of engagement should carry with it element of investigation. So, Minority Leader, is your suggestion that prayer 3 read as follows: mandate Committee on Labor, Industry, Justice to engage with relevant stakeholders, including labor union and private sector, to investigate and develop
Order, please.
a balanced regulatory framework? Is that how you want to coin it? Because you are talking about investigation, but we've not seen where you put it in your amendment.
Very well, sir. We can take that, sir.
Thank you.
And then for prayers 1 and 2, even if we want to add it, we make it an interim resolution that it should hold, perhaps to preserve the rest, pending the outcome of the investigation, sir. That is pending the outcome of prayer 3.
Like interim administration.
Thank you, sir. So
of Chinyere Ikenga, where we had the privilege of hearing from both sides, the union on one hand and the Dangote representative on the other hand. And from my understanding of conflict resolution, any conflict that can be resolved through alternative dispute resolution is easier, cost-effective, and seamless than going to court or open an investigation by standing committees of the House. Mr. Speaker, you are a living witness. By then, you are the spokesperson of this assembly in the 9th Assembly. We have succeeded in resolving conflict between Nigeria Labour Congress and the federal government. We have succeeded in resolving conflict between Academic Staff Union of Universities and the Nigerian federal government. This is just a conflict between a unit of Nigeria Labour Congress on one hand and a unit of our private investment on the other hand, which I believe with the intervention of the leadership of this House, the attention of the two parties can be gained on one hand, and on the other hand, the matter is going to be resolved with integrity, dignity, and whatever thing you can call it. So my amendment is, let leadership delve into this issue by inviting the two parties to resolve the matter through alternative conflict resolution amicably without even taking it to the market. Mr. Speaker, let me give you an example. Dangote is saying, and is backed up by law, both in the PIA and other relevant laws of the labor, that he is going to bring 20,000 trucks and is going to employ 20,000 drivers that are not members of either Nupeng or Pengassi. And on the other hand, we equally heard from the Nupeng that they are ready to sit down and discuss with Dangote. They are not stopping him from bringing any truck, but let there be understanding between him and the existing Transport Owners Association of Nigeria on one hand, and the drivers themselves, because they don't want them to be rendered jobless. So I think this is not a matter that we can open an investigation because of two things. One, not to discourage further investment, particularly from outside. A lot of people have the interest of investing in our oil and gas, but they have some hesitations and reservations because of the way and manner Dangote refinery is being treated. And this is the largest investment, largest private investment in the history of this country. So what I'm trying to say in a nutshell is, let the leadership of the House to be presided by either you or the Speaker.
So which prayer are you amending?
Yes, my prayer is that.
Which prayer?
No, it's not deleting.
Which one are you amending?
I'm adding a prayer. That the leadership of the House has a conflict resolution mechanism between the Labour and the Dangote refinery to resolve this matter amicably.
The consequential effect of this year prayer is the cancellation of prayer number 8. You say
to delete all the prayers.
Prayer 3 be deleted, and then you have one prayer which is the leadership to take over.
Okay, to delete the last prayer and involve leadership of the House to resolve the matter between the Union and Dangote refinery.
I want us to understand where we are headed.
Point of order.
Where we are headed now is we are deleting all the prayers and calling leadership to look into it directly.
Mr. Speaker.
That is the amendment that is on the floor.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
What is your point of order? What is your point of order? Which order?
Mr. Speaker, I come under personal explanation on this matter.
Personal explanation?
If you allow me, Mr. Speaker, my name is Hart Cyril.
I will allow you, but you can't come under personal explanation, but let me hear you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Hart Cyril.
Don't worry, before secondly, let's hear from you.
The fabulous people of Degema Boni Kidro constituency. During the downstream week, which I participated under the chairmanship of Honorable Gochinyere, the Dangote group came out to say that the matter is already before a competent court of jurisdiction, and that was why, even during our downstream week, we could not intervene on that matter. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
That's a good information. By the practice of the House, if a matter is before the courts, we respect our courts. If the information is the action, we cannot intervene.
Mr. Speaker is not in the court. This matter is not in the court, except if we can advance practical evidence.
Address the chairman standing, please. Honorable Hart, do you have any evidence to show that this matter is in court? Because there is a divergent view.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Unfortunately, I'm not a party to the suit, but I'm only reporting what transpired during the downstream week. It's public information.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much for the information. We will treat it as if it's not in court, subject to us that it is in court.
Information, sir.
Agreed? Order, please. Please, there is...
Now referring to Honorable Jah's motion, I stand to second it without a shadow of doubt, because it doesn't affect whatever it is that happens in court, because it's an intervention within the local, within the House chamber. So I so stand to second the motion moved by Honorable Jah. I so second.
Thank you very much. So that is ADR, intervention from the leadership. Those in support of this amendment say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Those in support of this motion as fully amended say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Council of Leadership of the House to be headed by Mr. Speaker.